Hello, my dear loyal friends from YouTube. This is Nadia again, and as I promised, we're gonna be doing some antipasti. Now this is an amazing recipe, bruschetta. This is not bruschetta, and it doesn't sound like a 1980s motorboat brand. What we're going to do here is the Pomodoro and Basilico bruschetta. Now get ready, get your notepad, because this is so complex. Just kidding. It only takes 4.5 minutes. Do you have that? Now, let's start with the ingredients for this amazing, simple antipasto. 200 grams of tomatoes. I use the little tomatoes, cherry tomatoes or plum tomatoes, but you can use the big ones and cut them and chop them and take the seeds out. I like these ones because they're sweeter. This is just me, so don't comment if you're like thinking, you know, I'm using the wrong tomatoes. I can choose whatever I want. Next, garlic. The real garlic, not garlic powder. So don't think about using that garlic powder you bought 3 years ago from the supermercado. It's not okay. Olive oil, extra virgin olive oil. Then a nice bread. Okay, this bread is called Pugliese bread. You can find it in the supermercati. The first step we're going to do is we're going to prepare the little sauce for this amazing thing. So, going to get crackling, chop the tomatoes. The tomatoes should be cut into small pieces because you're gonna be using them and spread them on top of these bruschettas. Now, I've just realized that I've been talking about bruschetta, but do you know what bruschetta is? It's just a slice of bread that you put into the oven or whatever. You make them nice and golden brown or whatever, you know. Stick them in a toaster if you don't know what to do with it, right? And you just can put anything on it. Now these toppings are famous, but you can virtually put anything on these things. So let's get going. Early only morning, sit on me now. When I sing in English, I just make up the words. Next step is we're gonna get some. I get about 3 big leaves of basilico. Oh my God. I washed them. They have been washed now. Just wanted to make sure that you understood that. And I'm gonna use my hands and break them up into little pieces and put them in the tomatoes. Then I'm gonna get the extra virgin olive oil and I'm gonna get going with generous amounts. It's probably about 3 tablespoons here. 3.5. I also add some salt and I grind it right on top. So now we're gonna mix it with a spoon. You're gonna mix it nicely. And it's perfect. You know why? These tomatoes mixed with the olive oil and the basilico are all getting mixed together, and everyone is joining in into the other person, and they're all flavoring. You get it, right? It's like when you're all closed in an elevator and everyone else starts smelling each other's armpits. It's pretty much the same thing. And at the end, have you ever noticed you go out of the elevator and you smell like the other person? This is what is happening right now. Good, so while these people are getting together and having a little party here, we are going to cut this bread. Let me think. I'm slicing 2 big long slices, okay? And then I'm taking these 2, do you see? And I'm slicing them again in half. Please don't use French bread. It's very, very fragile. It's nothing personal against the French people. It's just that Italian style of bread, especially the Pugliese, the Toscano, you know, the casareccio, made in a home-friendly environment, you know, like the good old times. It's much thicker and it holds the oils and the tomatoes, and it's got much more consistency, which absorbs the juices. The French baguette doesn't. So I'm gonna put them into a tray in the oven at 180 Celsius, 350 Fahrenheit for a few minutes on one side and a few minutes on the other side. So both sides need to be toasted. Good. They're now all toasted, so let me move them onto a platter. Whip. Whip. Okay, first step, you remember? Cut open clove of garlic. Rub clove of garlic on slice of bread. Everywhere, in every pore. Get really crazy with it, okay? This is not ideal if you're on a night out with on your first date or with someone you just met. It might get a little bit heavy. So now, the last little one, okay? Okay, so I want to show you how our elevator buddies are doing right now. And if you get closer, you can see that this olive oil that once was green has now become green-red. They are together, joined. So now you get this amazing little mixture and you start going over it. Sure, you also put some basilico bits on each one of them so that it looks colorful, like the color of Italy, red, green and white. You see? Like that. That's really pretty. And this one is a baby bruschetta. And if you don't like someone that is out at dinner with you, you can give them that one. Okay, so let's put them all next to each other because they've been on a journey together and they did a lot to get here. Have a close look at this amazing creation. And now I'm gonna test it because I always test my own stuff. Don't get jealous. Better get crackling and do it yourself. Okay, I'm ready. Now this is a totally revitalizing summery recipe. The freshness of the ripe tomatoes, they just give you a little boost. They make you feel like revitalized. I don't want to be rude, I will stop eating. But this is the most fresh, fast, simple, not complex, not called by weird name recipe called, again, bruschetta, pomodoro e basilico. If you don't know how to pronounce it, check out my friend Lucrezia, Learn Italian with Lucrezia. I'm gonna put a link down in the description below because she teaches Italian and I think everyone needs a little bit of Italian teaching, eh? What do you think? Thank you so much and see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe and remember, you are amazing and so am I. Bye.